Okay, so I want to do a video on my court hearing yesterday. I had a custody review hearing. Um, I just hired a new divorce custody attorney a week ago, and his goal was to go into the custody review saying that I wanted to take the kids every other week to Ohio. We would go back and forth for the summer, and then in 3 months we would have a review again, determining on where the kids would go for the school year, and we were going to try then to get me primary custody back. So when my kids were taken off of me by police force for missing a court date, that's what happened. They had an emergency court date. I still don't know what for. It could have been because I was trying to get my transcript. It could have been that Judge Benoni did this because of some things that she said to my attorney behind closed doors, or it could have been because Gino and I had been arguing on the Wizard, and he likes to hold me in contempt for every single thing imaginable. So it could have been a contempt hearing. Nobody fucking knows. But what she told my attorney, was we came in a year earlier. We decided that, or actually he decided he only wanted them 2 overnights per month, a couple hours on this night per week, and that's what he wanted. And then a year later, I missed a court date, and so she said she had no choice but to take them. Okay, well, you take my kids, I'm going to freaking trip out, which was and criminal charges. All of these things come out at the same time. I flipped out. I drove around, made my YouTube videos, um, was honking my horn driving around, honking my horn at certain people's houses. If that's what I did after all of those things that happened to me, like one of my criminal judges said, then so what? After everything that happened, if I just drove around and fucking honked my horn, so what? Well, she's not going to get over it, I guess. So when she originally took my kids, she put in there that I had to have a mental eval. So then when I got out of jail, I had the mental eval done, $550, and the mental eval says multiple times that I can see my kids unsupervised. There's nothing wrong for me to have my kids unsupervised, because right now I'm paying $80 an hour to see my kids at this place, which has been closed since sometime in March, since the coronavirus. So anyways, we go into court. Gino wants me to be on supervised paid visits until the kids are 18. Okay, that's what he wants. And she wants whatever her little puppy dog, Eric D., my husband's attorney, wants. And he's paid him a fucking fortune. He's paid him at least like $30,000 or $40,000 since this all began. And I cannot compete with that. So long story short, even though I did what she said and got the mental eval, and the mental eval said that I could have unsupervised visits, which was what we would be moving towards supposedly at yesterday's hearing, she's going to keep me on paid supervised visits, and I am in therapy, but she wants me to go to cognitive therapy, which is really just normal therapy anyways. So I gotta make sure my therapist does cognitive therapy, which I'm pretty sure he does. And I'm not allowed to talk to the kids at all about the custody or anything to do with it, or she will take more away, which there's really nothing else to take away, really, right? I'm sorry, I had this facial, and I've been picking up my lip ever since. Anyways, so I'm just trying to let you guys know what happened, and I will post this, and then I will take it down later. I just want to let everybody know what happened, and then I will use this video later. So in my vlog or whatever I'm going to do, because you're not going to take away my kids and charge me with all this bullshit for nothing, and me just sit back and say nothing and do nothing and just be beat to the ground. So this story is going to be told in some shape or form to the world at some point, or whoever wants to hear it. But So she wants me to do this cognitive therapy. She's going to get a new place to do the visits that's supposedly cheaper, which she said the same thing last time, and it was actually more expensive. So I don't know. I'm waiting for the new order to come in the mail telling me where I'm to see my children now, and then I will schedule a visit to go see them. And I did just let them know. So this morning, I just talked to them a couple minutes ago, that I'm really sorry. You do not deserve this. It's completely unfair and undeserved, and we should be together. But at this point, they're not going to let us, and I have to wait to hear what place I'm to see you at next. But I am your mom. I will always be your mom. No one can take that away. No one can change that. They can't keep you from me the rest of our lives. And we're going to have another custody review here in a couple months, showing that I've gone to this cognitive therapy. She just makes the rules up as she goes, because she wanted a therapist to say that I could have unsupervised visits. I got a therapist to say that her chosen one, and it's still not enough. She's still going to say that's not enough now. I need to do this. And my attorney now is saying that at this rate, it could take a year to get my kids back. And I met with a female attorney last week, or the week before last, when I was in town, and she would not take my money, and she basically said, just go it alone, go through these hoops of what she wants you to do. It does not look good. It doesn't look good for me. Another attorney told me I could take this to the Supreme Court to try to get this judge off of my case, because she is biased. It's obvious. Yeah, it's obvious. I mean, if I could tell you all the details of everything she said and how she treated me and how she treated him, it's disgusting. But anyways, and there's no reason for it, because I do not deserve this as a mom. I fucking do not deserve it. And everybody that I know who knows me as a mom knows me and my kids do not deserve this. So another attorney told me I could try to take it to the Supreme Court, because Judge Benoni said yesterday that she is not biased and that she wants me to be with my kids as much as my ex does. Right. Not at all. Not at all. That's what they want. So, and if I do what she says, that eventually I will have a relationship with my children. So eventually I will be happy. She says I should try to move back, because that she's never going to allow the kids to ever leave the state with me to Ohio ever. And that she will never allow this case out of her jurisdiction, and that she will never step down as judge in this case ever. So we already know that. So the first step to get a judge to step down is to ask them to. And then if they deny it, which she just told me yesterday, I didn't ask her to, but she said yesterday she was not going to, then you have to take it on to higher courts, like to the Supreme Court. The problem is she's got a street name in Westmoreland County, or in Greensburg there. She's got a husband who's an attorney in Greensburg, and she's a judge. And like my attorney was saying, people aren't going to go against them, so if we get a new judge, then the new judge might be just the same. But I got to do something. I got to do something, not just get fucking kicked to the ground and stomped on, maybe until my kids are 18. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of these divorce attorneys, they are attorneys until these kids are 18. And especially with people like my ex, who are court happy and love going to court. That's what my attorney said. I mean, your ex loves going to court over every little thing, and he's not going to agree to anything ever. And it's just all really sad and all really messed up, but that's where we're at.